I have to say is Illumination could never. I just got out of theater and saw it potentially could be the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. And I don't know if I'm like glazing this or anything like that or what, but like this movie was amazing. This movie was breathtaking. It was just push the bounds of what my eyeballs could handle, you know. I just like, I need glasses to watch this movie. Like, oh my gosh, like I could barely processing what I was seeing on the screen, you know. I don't it's funny because after Superman I thought like, I don't think there'd be any good movies out coming up. This movie just took my breath away, blew it out of the water. Greatest movie I've ever seen. I mean, -1, I'm sorry, might have to be bumped down a little bit, but just sorry, Top Gun Maverick, like just and so let me get this straight. A movie was made and is now the 5th highest grossing movie of all time. I'm beating Infinity War, you know, and it's working its way up the ranks. And like it barely even had the US market to do so. But dang, just Naja 2. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm trying to say it, but Naja 2, amazing, beautiful, breathtaking movie. Go see it, you know, go see it. And I mean, I knew about this movie because I did see it. I did see like, I didn't see memes about it, but I did see like very small posts in the very depths of the internet about it, you know, like, oh, this movie's amazing, and I was like, like, okay, this is before like it even got an English dub, and I was like, there's a second one. And so 2 days ago I ventured out and watched the first one, and then there's another one technically in the series, which is like Zhang Jia, I think, something like that. I watched that too, technically not like tied super to the movie, but like anyways, then I watched, you know, the new one, the second one, and it was. You ever have a moment where you're like, okay, I'm going into this movie and like I'm not expecting too much, but I'm also hearing good things about it. I heard that it is a masterpiece, and I was like, there's no way this could be like that much of a masterpiece. Like it's probably gonna be good, but like it took me off guard. You know, it's crazy when you go into a movie. Like I think first of all, the bar is so low for movies nowadays that seeing this is like, even with the bar being high, it literally took this to another level, and I am just captivated by what I saw, what I processed, what I experienced when I watched Naja 2. And I like to thank, I mean, one of the only reasons I really knew that it was coming to theaters with a dub, English dub, is the Damien Haas. I'm glad that he was in the movie. He deserves more credit. His character was like, just, oh my god, like, I spoilers. Right, spoilers, right? But just like his character, like he shot like a bow with like that had like 10, 20 like arrows, and it was like raining hellfire. I was like, this is like a level 20 ranger right here. And there are parts that are like, okay, this kind of gives me like the vibe of like when I like I first like watched like parts of like Naruto or something like that, where like, oh, they're doing all these crazy like moves, and like it's just, and they're announcing their moves like, oh, I'm gonna use the earth shattering blade, and it's just, oh my gosh, like just like when because like the first movie is kind of like a short film. If I mean, it's long, don't get me wrong, but it just feels like a short film. It's kind of just small, and they're like, okay, we're gonna cook, we're gonna boil this, you know, to a point, and we're gonna make sure everyone knows what we're all about. Sorry, China, wasn't familiar with your game. Thank you, Xi Jinping. But like, just man, like breathtaking. What I like about the movie is, first of all, animation. I think the highest point of the movie is animation. There are parts where like the story is kind of like, it's weird. The movie like takes you to all these different emotions. It's goofy, it's corny at times, and then it's like serious. And this movie doesn't even, because it's animated, you kind of get the sense of like, oh, this is a kid's movie, because like it does to some degree give this kind of like Illumination kind of style vibe. And I wonder if like how much of like American culture has influenced like parts of Chinese culture, because this is all based off like Chinese mythology, you know, what's it, the Inquisition of the Gods, and that's made in like the Ming Dynasty, loosely based, you know. There's apparently some differences, and I went down a rabbit hole of like Chinese mythology, but like I don't know which came first, chicken egg situation, but there are parts where like this kind of feels like a little bit corny Illumination type stuff. Like they included the gopher scream meme, which better than the goat scream. That was funny. I did find that funny. I'm tired of the goat one. Give me the not gopher, the prairie dog like scream meme. That took me off guard. It's a little stupid, but whatever. But like, yeah, there are moments where like it has goofy stuff like that, and then there's parts where like you're seeing like combat and violence and like blood, like actual straight up blood, just blood, and then like people being charred to death, you know, it's by volcanic activity. It's crazy. Like I said, this didn't feel like, I mean, I guess if you're, I don't know how, I don't know, like it would be for older kids. I think it's TV. I think America rated like TV 14. But everything about this movie, like there were moments where I was like, I felt emotional, like there was like tragedy and death, and I cried. You know, I was just like, this is like beautiful what I'm seeing. And then like the where the movie really takes off is like the final like hour of the movie, where it's like this like in-game level like battle between like these demons and immortal angels or whatever. And I'm like watching it, because like the beginning part is like, oh, like there's a battle, and then like the battle just keeps getting crazier and crazier, and I was like, there's no way they can top this. But brick by brick they build up that last hour of the movie, and it's breathtaking. And like the final battle between like the demons and like the immortals, it's like this is what I imagine like when you like read like the Bible and like the rapture, and like, you know, the angels come for like this battle against like the devil. Like that's what I imagine in my head it's gonna be like, you know. It's crazy. And just he goes like plus ultra, you know. There was like a plot twist of like who the real villain was, you know. All the characters like had some kind of like, you felt almost all for majority of the characters, they all had kind of like some depth to them. Some of them like, oh, I'm doing this for like, you can understand the reasons why they may have done something nefarious, you know, or something like that. You felt for a lot of the characters who were portrayed as villain, and then some of the like quote unquote villains become like heroes in the end. And it's just like, no. There was the whole fight scene with like the guy who was like, he was like lightning and stuff like that, and then like he gets shot by him and his son gets shot. It's crazy. But an arrow, it's just like peak. Like I feel like I was watching, it's just like the Odyssey or something, you know. You know, like and just watching the animation, especially like the final like scenes of the movie took my breath away. There's like parts where I'm like, I literally can't process. My eyes cannot process what I'm seeing. Like it's just too much. And I wonder, like a drop of lava you see in the movie, it's like, did that take like a year to animate? There's just so much going on. My brain can't fathom like how long this movie take to make. Apparently the movie took 5 years to make. Dang. Hold on, let me look at this more. Naja 2 and Naja 1 took 5 years to produce. More than 4,000 people across 138 animation companies participated in the creation of the film. More than double the 1,600 people in the first film. There's a documentary talking the No Innovation Without Destruction. I need to watch this documentary. But like, oh my gosh, it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Will this be my top movie of the year? Who knows? But like, who's gonna top this? Mortal Kombat? I don't think so. But like, what I want to talk about, you know, the movie's great, but I want to kind of talk about, for the last bit here, is like, what does this mean for like American films? And it's funny because like, I feel like I'm seeing the comments, and one of the main things I've seen is like, oh, finally some competition, you know, for Hollywood for you know, and stuff like that, and then people are like, oh, this is gonna make American films better because like they see how good this thing is, and they're gonna like. I was just like, cope. I'm sorry, take your copium. I think that's cope. I'm sorry. This is my take here, and you just hear it right now because I haven't heard anyone ever say this yet. If that was the case, the competition makes things better. Then like, where are we at now here? Okay, where are we at now? All our movies suck. We have studios that are competing against each other. They all suck. I'm kind of seeing some goodness with like what DC's doing, you know, with James Gunn and everything. But like for the most part, everything sucks. It's regurgitated franchises they just can't let die. I guess you can make the argument that Ninja has technically been remade a couple of times, but like, because it's a mythology within like that culture, right? But like, just but at least it looked good. You know what I mean? I haven't seen a new Hercules in a while. What happened to that one? The last thing I heard about the new Hercules, I don't even know if they're gonna put Danny DeVito in it. They need to. I need to see him shirtless in his little goat legs. I mean, I've seen him shirtless all the time in Always Sunny. I don't got a problem with it. But last I heard was like, it was gonna be like inspired by TikTok. I don't care, you know, for that, you know. So like I said, if competition made things better, then we would have seen it already. I mean, look. Let's look at the video game industry. Black Myth Wukong came out. Come on. Genshin Impact? Come on. What are we doing here? You know, our last few game systems were like, they were kind of buns, you know? Okay, PlayStation 5, great piece of hardware. But what exclusives were on that thing? You know what I mean? Xbox, I don't even know what the last Xbox console was. Xbox One was like the last console I really remember. Xbox One S crap or whatever. The Switch, love the Switch. But like, you know, playing Doom on it was like playing on a potato. And then the Switch 2 is like, oh my God, don't get me wrong, Bonanza, great game. But like, it's like $500, you know? I need people who put their bussy in these films. Oh, I need some passion. I don't need people to be like, oh, let's just dump more. Like, just no. People, that's what we're missing. And that's what like Hollywood I think is missing, is like some soul. You know, Hollywood used to be like I saw the other day, I think I mentioned this in my last video, but like I saw a video of like the top historical figures of like all time and what they sounded like, and like majority of Americans were actors. And now it's like, how many seasons of SpongeBob is left? You know, that's like all we got, you know? Well, and yeah, Hollywood was like, you know, Hollywood was something, you know. It was, I mean, we had all these great movies, and now it's just like Alien Earth came out, and look, I know everyone's like glazing Alien Earth, but like, I'll be honest with you, I'm not really feeling Alien Earth. Like, there are parts of it that are cool, but it's just like, okay, I've seen the alien before, okay? You have this ultimate life form, and you can't make them into like something different. At least like the third and fourth movie, we had one that was bipedal, and then we had this gross looking humanoid one, you know. At least Romulus kind of tried to do something different, but I like, look, the alien can morph into anything. I mean, like, I literally have an artwork by artist Matt Frank of Godzilla that looks like a xenomorph. Okay, we there's endless possibilities here, you know. We could do something different, and then when they do something different, it's just kind of meh, you know. So I just don't know if like competition is going to actually save Hollywood. I really don't. I don't really have hope left. I really don't. I mean, think about like movie theaters. The last two movies besides these two I saw were movies that they're dying. Okay, the last two movies I saw in theaters were literally movies I've already seen, which was Shin Godzilla, which is not even an American film, and Jaws. Okay, yeah, Jaws came out what's like the 50th anniversary or whatever. Like, majority of movies I've seen in theaters now are just re-releases of old movies. You know how many times I go onto my phone and I'm like, oh, let's go see movies out, and I saw, oh, they're showing Lord of the Rings again. They're releasing like all this. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy again. Like, what are we doing here? You know, that's what's keeping the theater alive at this point. You know, there's a theater I go to. They literally specific. Oh, this is our flashback movie Fridays or whatever. Every like second or third Friday of the month, you can come go see a flashback movie. And then it's like, okay, yeah, that's like what you're doing now. So yeah, I don't know if competition is gonna save Hollywood. I really don't. Apparently someone said that like America wants to make a Chinese mythology movie. Go for it. I just don't think it's gonna be as good as These Out Two. Okay, like people are saying that. Honestly, what I think is going to happen, America's just going to start banning foreign films. That's probably what they're going to do. You know, that's probably what they're going to do. I mean, they already floated around the idea of putting tariffs on foreign films. I think Hollywood, America, they're just going to go kicking and screaming. That's what I think is going to happen. And either they need to get with the program or make way for the Chinese entries here. You know, like just, I will say this, as me as a personal film watcher, and this is something I have been struggling with, is watching movies. I've been watching movies all my life. I have a long history, like nostalgia for like going to the movies, and like just that's just something like always happened to me when I was young. That's what I did. Me and my family or whatever, friends, like that's what we did. That was a way to have a little fun outside of the home, right? Recently, like it's just kind of like you're having to really pick and choose what you go see, because you know movies are expensive, and then it's just like most of the movies I see are mid, or like it's I feel like a lot of times when I talk about movies, I'm like, yeah, it was good, or like it was fun, it was mid. I don't feel so hyped to like say anything about movies unless they're like really niche movies that I know I will enjoy, like Godzilla films, right? But like, or like, you know, but even like the super ones who I used to really enjoy, like last one, Fantastic Four. I liked it. It was good. I thought it was fair, but like but there's a part of me that deep down like I could like I know it could be maybe a slightly. I just feel like it could be better. And people might come at me from that. Superman, great. I thought Superman was great. I never promised Superman, but I just worry where movies are going. Like, you know, with like the rise of like AI slop and stuff like that. Like, where really are we going in our trajectory? Are we just gonna try to save money, or we're gonna actually put some passion in our projects again? And I just don't see it happening. I'm sorry, you know. And everything I watched lately, it just feels like there's no passion. I mean, I just watched, like, I can go on how I feel about like the new Wednesday. You know, I just feel like most things I watch are just kind of mid. Now, there's very few things that I watch that I feel like takes my breath away, you know. And usually, like in Hollywood, the few things I do watch that take my breath away, they just don't get made again, you know. Like I'm actually looking at it right now. I have a Transformers 1 poster just rolled up on my desk. I'm looking at it right now. That movie was incredible. I loved that movie. It was so good. Such a great movie. I remember when I made that video, it did pretty well as far as numbers talking about it. People were like, oh yeah, that movie's so great. They just dropped it. They're like, it didn't make any money. We're not going to do this again. I was just like, eh. I just like, okay. I mean, look at Ninja 2. The second one did better than the first one. What if you made Transformers 2? Okay, Transformers 1, 2. Okay. What if you need to like invest in yourself a little bit? It's like when I think I saw like with the whole K-pop Demon Hunters. I just saw a video talking about how like Sony didn't believe in that movie, and then they sold it, like they basically gave Netflix all the like credit. Like, here, you take it off your hands, and they're like, we're done with this. And then like Netflix is now like, well, we're kind of ranking it in now because like people are watching this on our platform, you know. So Sony, you didn't believe in yourself, you know, you keep dropping the ball each time, you know, and I just don't think these execs, these big executives are just gonna learn. I don't know if they're out of touch. I don't know what it is, but just something's got to change, you know. And I recently I've been finding myself wanting to watch just more foreign films. You know, the seed was planted when I first watched Parasite, and then like I've always watched like Godzilla films, and when Minus One came out, shoestring budget, you know, and it won an Oscar. I mean, Oscars don't mean much, but you know what I mean. It's big for. It's a big thing for Godzilla to win an Oscar. And then Knees Out 2 comes out. I don't know the budget of Knees Out 2. What was the budget of Knees Out 2? Let's look at this, actually. I have the wiki popped up. 80 million. 80 million was the budget. Okay? And what was the global box office numbers? It's a budget of 80 million, and it made $2.2 billion. Superman's good. 225 million at budget, and then it only made $600 million. Okay, what the last Despicable Me movie? Was it 4? Oh god, I forgot there's like 4 of these movies. Jesus Christ. When are they gonna make Super Minions? 100 million to make Minions. It made 972 million. Like, come on, get out of here. Like, what are we doing? I mean, there's a lot of problems Hollywood's had. Like, we have a problem with, like, just, they're relying too much on actors instead of just talent. I saw Knees Out 2. I only knew one. I knew one actor, and it was Damian Haas. That's the only voice actor I knew. That was it. All I knew was Damian Haas. That's all I knew. You know, Michelle was in it. I can't pronounce her name. Michelle Yeoh was in this movie, and I knew who she is, but I didn't even know she was in the movie. She was the mom. Like, I was like, didn't know she was in the movie. Didn't really care if she was in it. I was there to see just good animation. Like I said, Damian Haas, only actor I knew. Thank God for Smosh for like raising him up and Disney to get him in this movie. His acting was great. I hope he's in Knees Out 3, and I'm glad I've met him before. I'm glad I met him before the movie came out, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hard to get his autograph now. I hope he still does the Legend of season 2, right? But anyways, so yeah, those are my gripes. That's my gripes lately. And this movie was more about like where's the industry going? You know, where is it going? And I think foreign films are going to start dominating, you know, if Hollywood needs to get his little act together. And I don't know if it is. I think it's just going to go down kicking and screaming. And a part of me is like, you know, just give me some good stuff. I don't care where it comes from. I'll go see it. If you told me tomorrow that like a movie, like, oh, this movie came from Cambodia or something, like, I was like, yeah, I'll go watch it. You know, in fact, I'll go Google that right now. Anyways, go watch Knees Out 2. It's corny. It's fun. It's got humor, comedy jokes. It's serious. It's dark. It's a whole buffet. It's a whole buffet in a meal. It is 2.5 hours long. A beefy movie. Like, this literally in-game level stuff. And if they're trying to make a whole mythology universe of it, by all means, cook away. That's all I gotta say. Juice out.